Far across the land and sea, U to be a Gooner. 5,000 miles away, a few Arsenal Bangalore fans come together to discuss all things Arsenal. Welcome to the Bangalore Gooners Podcast.
All right. It's a Sunday. We are back on the Arsenal Bangalore podcast, and we've got nice company. We've got about six of us today. A win helps. I think more and more numbers if we keep winning. Welcome to the Arsenal Bangalore podcast. My name is Vinay. I got Jeremy, Debashish, Praveen, Deepak, and Nishant. All of us in the house waiting to talk about all things Arsenal. Welcome, guys.
Hey,
Hello.
Vinay.
Hey everyone.
Hey
All
guys.
right, quick thoughts on yesterday. We're gonna make it like random as usual. Anyone can pitch in. Couple of notable things. One, as usual, I was the pessimist, saying like I don't think so. We will beat Villa at Villa. I take it on myself to apologize. Brilliant performance. I think probably one of the best away games we've had. Controlled it throughout. Quick mentions on Leno, Partey, Xhaka. Yes, Xhaka, for people who didn't notice, was really good. And then the quick one to add, which we've been talking about, the misfiring Lacazette dilemma. So pitch in, guys. What did you feel about the performance?
Yeah, as Vinay said, I think I came across an article which said that, Arsenal have finally learned how to grind wins. This is something that we have not seen for quite a long time, and was one of those recurring themes during probably the Wenger era, right? And it became more so pronounced during Emery, right? I still remember one of the worst games I've seen, that was the Watford 2-2 draw, in which we were comfortably 2-0 up with maybe around 20-30 minutes to go, and we drew the match 2-2. So I think we have learned how to grind these wins. There is, for lack of a better word, shithousery is in place right now. So that helps, right? And obviously we would like bigger wins. 3-0, 4-0 always are much fun to watch, but I will take it. So I think this is one of those stepping stones for us to be more feared, right? So pretty happy with the win. And as Vinay said, I was not expecting a lot. I would have been happy with a draw, but 1-0, it's a big win for me.
Quick one, Devashish, before others jump in. I know we spoke about this last podcast about. I think we all accepted that we are not going to beat Liverpool. So the 6
Yeah.
out of 9 without Martinelli, who was arguably our best player against Liverpool, and without Ramsdale. This is probably going to count as one of the best ones we had away. I know the Wolves one was really good, but this will probably go
Yes.
as one of our best away wins.
Yes, and in the scheme of things, definitely yes, because it's a run-in, right? And other teams have found it really difficult to go to Villa and get something from there. So to really, I see that 1-0 might be a little flattering for Villa. It might look like a close win, but it was not. We dominated the game properly. I think if you had put away our chances, and Martinez made some really good saves, right? Had it not been there, I think it would have been much comfortable than the score suggests. So I'd say, yeah, definitely. In a scheme of things, in the run-in right now, it's a big win.
Right. All right. The new ones. Before I go to Jomi, Nishant, Praveen, Deepak, anything you guys would
Absolutely.
like to add?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, go ahead. No problem.
to be very honest, I was absolutely thrilled, with the win. Just like Jomi said, I was not expecting Arsenal to win. But this season, we have seen the kind of changes, Arsenal has gone through. And, if we remember, Villa did the double against us, last year. So going to Villa and beating them is kind of a statement in itself. I mean, these are the teams where we need to grind wins. We are not able to beat the top 4 teams. So it becomes very important for us to take out some results against teams like Leicester, Villa, and then Leeds. All these are the kind of teams where where we usually, if you look at our history, we have dropped points. Wolves is another example. So beating Villa was one of the most important wins for this season. keeping in mind that the two extra games that we need to play this season is against Chelsea and Spurs, which is not going to be easy. Talking about Chelsea, going to Stamford Bridge, beating them at Stamford Bridge, no, not at all. I mean, and that's gonna take a lot of effort and energy from the boys to do it. And yeah, so absolutely thrilled with the win. And I was one of those people at the start of the season. I was like Arteta out army, but the kind of changes Arteta has done, and now looking at the team, how they are shaping up, we have an identity. To be very honest, if you talk about United or any other team who have got new managers, the identities are missing. But if you talk about Arteta and Arsenal, you see that a certain philosophy is there, a certain approach to the game is there, the discipline in the discipline in the camp is there, and everything looks positive as of now. And the most important thing is we are managing to take out wins from these mid-table teams or small teams, whatever you want to call it. So absolutely thrilled with the win, yesterday's win.
Perfect. We will talk about the run-in quickly. Deepak, quick thing about the Coutinho factor and the non-existence of Coutinho throughout the game.
Yeah.
Supposedly,
So
we were rumored to have been interested or still interested in Coutinho. Yesterday's performance, a one-off, or do you think this was something that we did well not to take in? Coutinho's performance, or did we play really well yesterday to nullify him?
the thing is, first of all, the game was played in a way like in the beginning, I was fearing about the game to be a draw because we had instances in the Everton game where we had to win it, but we lost it in the season. So had a fear if we had faced that. But the midfield, the way Coutinho was stopped and he was not there. I couldn't see Coutinho touching the ball in the first 15 minutes in the game. Uh, he was not. The only thing that Coutinho did was that free kick at the last moment. I guess he has not done anything. Even Emi Bundia, who was linked with Arsenal, which was a big chaos with Aston Villa, and they started like making up big stories of signing ESR for 30 million and all those factors like was making like for me personally like hatred for Aston Villa. But yeah, Coutinho, our midfield played well. Even Partey's role was a good one. He has started becoming a proper old Atletico Madrid player, which we signed for. Yeah, so that is one thing. And the grinding of the games, like even if it's a 1-0, ultimately the end of the day it is 3 points that we want as of now. This is the season where we should finish top 4. So yeah, the game was nice, and Coutinho was nullified by our midfield, that I would say. And the final 10 minutes role from Holding also was one of the good thing that we are seeing right now. The what substitutions done by our manager. Yes, so Pepe was not a good one, but we don't have that much in the bench. So everything that I
Right.
covered, yeah.
Yep, I think we can rest the Bundia Odegaard signing discussion for this season at least. I don't think so there is any doubts as to who is the winner in this. Hari as well today, and that's a pleasant surprise. Praveen, first I'll go to Praveen. Praveen, quick one on Thomas Partey. Deepak did speak about him. Thomas Partey, finally
Yes,
showing off what we all thought we could hope for in a 50 million signing or a 30 million signing. The Atletico Madrid one, finally.
yes, definitely paying off well. I would take this game in two different halves. The first half, we were at our creative best. If you look at the first 15-20 minutes, we were creating a lot of chances. That is mainly because you see the front five, they were playing very close to each other. They were making those 1-2s, they were making those runs. That is the first half takeaway from my point of view. And the second half takeaway is we were a little defensive and we wanted to control the game more than ever. I think they didn't want to be that creative. They wanted to control the game. They wanted to have the possession of the ball, and they didn't want Villa to attack. So that is what they wanted to do in the second half of the game. And they managed to do both the things very well. This is the best thing that has come out of this game. in previous games we didn't manage to like if you see Watford, the second half we didn't control the game. This match, if you see, we control the game much better in the second half. So I'll take it as a creative first half and a solid second half. These are the two takeaways. And now coming to Thomas Partey, you see he's shooting a lot more. He's getting involved in the front I mean the top half a lot more. He is being the typical box to box midfielder who is spraying the balls from deep and making his presence in the box. So that is making a lot of difference, because an extra body in the opponent half is going to make a lot of difference even in the further matches. Yes, Vinay, over to you.
Vinay's got his technical issues as always. Hey, Hari, any thoughts on the game yesterday?
Sorry, I'm back. You guys can hear?
Yes, yes.
All right,
Hey
I was
guys.
asking you, Jomi, a quick one on the defense. 13 clean sheets, I think, as I'm not the stats guy, but 13 clean sheets. Ben White, Gabriel, Tierney, Cedric, and Leno. Comments about the defense. Is this finally where we can say they've been tested and they have been proven right? Or is it like, okay, they haven't really done it still in the big games? What do you think of the defense?
Um, yeah, it's the later. So yeah, they have not been really tested. I mean, I really feel these games are winnable, and we are doing that. The difference been very, very, very good. There's no doubt about it. But the real test. So when I say the real test in that mode of getting into the best team in England, right, or one of the best teams in England. So for that, we need even a superior defense, and that comes with much bigger games against better opponents, where we are taken for a run, which happened in the Liverpool game. So it was a hard-fought game, but still, there is a lot of things to learn. Our defense is pretty decent. Good record from the corner kicks. We've not conceded, I don't know in how many minutes or how many matches. So that's again a great thing. A lot of things are being done right. There was a couple of scares yesterday. Probably Cedric, a couple of misses, but yeah, eventually that did not impact us in any way. It all went according to the plan, I guess, for yesterday's game.
All right. And Hari, okay, the optimist among the group. So I'll give you the star
Oh,
boy. He just doesn't seem to be slowing down. Is it? He did speak about saying like he gets kicked around all throughout the game, but still the man or the boy turned man now, all of 2021. Bukayo Asaka, have we left any words that can be used in terms of praising him, or do you want to use any more? All yours about Saka.
No, I think he's just truly Arsenal, right? I mean, I don't know if you guys would agree, right? I think last time there was an Arsenal player who came through and through, and then was connected with the fans as much as Saka has done. Fabregas, I would say, because I mean, you have Saka, then he moved. He was 16 when he came to us, right? And then since 16 to like to become the captain and whatnot, and that the connect that he had, he brought people together. The whole, I mean, yesterday itself, I think most of y'all who saw the game, to even towards the interviews that came out, like he walked up to that kid who had that signboard on to get a t-shirt on, right, like a shirt on, and then that itself, even when you go on Twitter, you go wherever you want to Reddit, people talk about him. I think he's just got the whole fan base together, uh, and consistently performing. I think even Ian Wright was saying yesterday that Auba left and then Arteta told these kids it's about this, it's about no, there's nobody there, like right now it's left to you guys to take it up and then take the level up. And Saka and him, right, Saka and Smith Rowe have done that. So I think really, Vinay, like you said, I don't think there's any word left to describe him. I mean, he has to be consistent, humble, I think, which he even mentioned in his post-match interview, right, that he said 3 points, yes, but we have to be humble, take game by game. I think that the mentality, the mental strength at this age, I mean, it's incredible. I think we are lucky to have him, and hope he stays injury free, gets that top spot for us.
Yeah, hope he stays. I think the injury part we can keep it later. I think hope he stays. There are a lot of eyes on him, Liverpool supposedly, but we will not go on to that. Devashish, quick one on the two players who are often maligned, but had real good games, at least from what I saw. Xhaka and
Mhm.
Cedric. Cedric suddenly seems to be someone who cannot be dropped, even if Tomiyasu comes back post the internationals. Cedric
Right.
and Xhaka. Xhaka after the yellow card as well. The second half was very disciplined. What do you think
Mhm.
about those two?
So, I mean, you all know my views on Jaka, but I mean, I think he's done really well, right? And I can't complain about him at all. I think he's I mean, he's found himself under Arteta. I feel. I think he needs someone like Arteta who can back him up, and he's someone who needs the responsibility to do well, right? And this is a far cry from the Jaka of yore, right? And he has really given a lot more stability to the midfield. Him and Partey are really working well, right? Partey, I mean, I know you have not mentioned about Partey, but Partey has been is a really fine player right now. The way he's controlling the midfield, I'm sure that he probably is one of the best in the Premier League right now. Cedric, I'm still not sure. I think I would like to see him against tougher opponents. He had a mistake against Liverpool, but I think uh, for someone who is seen as a backup to Tomiyasu right now, he's doing a pretty fine job. But I still feel that once Tomiyasu is completely fit, he should walk back into the team.
All right, Nishant. Quick one on Emil Smith Rowe. He's just come back. Didn't look like he's just come back. Seemed to be as good as he was throughout the season. Does that offer us? This was a question we had and we discussed last podcast during the run-in, and we will talk about Lacazette quickly after this. During the run-in, do you ever see that Smith Rowe can play the Martinelli role and Martinelli can play up front? Though Arteta doesn't seem to think like that. But quick word on Smith Rowe. How did you feel his performance was?
I mean, just like Saka, I mean, ESR has been a kind of a blessing to us. The kind of improvement he has shown. I mean, we need to agree. I mean, we need to accept that, I mean, these guys are still young, pretty young, and bursting out into the first team scene is, itself is a huge achievement. And he has been growing. He is getting a lot of confidence. Getting into the first team action. And the main thing is he's chipping in goals. I mean, as a midfielder, or you can say, as a left wing, right wing, or midfielder. As of now, he's at a such age. If Arteta asks him to play centre mid, he'll play centre mid. If Arteta asks him to play a right wing or cam, he'll play that. I don't see him playing as a cam because Odegaard is doing brilliantly as of now. However, I feel ESR's best suited role is on right wing, to be very on left wing, to be very honest, where he cuts in and provides a lot of options, to Odegaard or or to Martinelli or to Saka. So overall, he has done good. It's about time, that Arteta needs to rotate the squad a bit, because I think ESR, looking at ESR, I think it's my personal opinion that he might get restless if he doesn't get the start every now and then, and that's my personal opinion.
Vinay, just one point that I can add regarding this ESR and Martinelli
Sure.
role that you said. Yeah. So regarding ESR, like Martinelli runs faster and like he reaches to the position. Like if like instead of Lacazette, if Martinelli plays in the 6-yard box, I like it is a personal opinion. He might reach be in the position where he can score the goals instead of Laka. But ESR, the thing is, he does more link up play with other players, like say Odegaard, more than Martinelli. So I feel right back, left wing should be ESR and say Martinelli. That can be a chance if we can try it against Crystal Palace. What are your thoughts on that? So like the link up plays more for ESR compared to Martinelli is what I feel. But Martinelli is good at running and like doing some skills and going inside the box. So
I think it's a good dilemma to have. Honestly, I think I'll let the others speak about this, but I do agree to what Nishant said with regards to having ESR playing. Young man who's doing really good. He's our top scorer for the season. He would want to play. And coming off the bench, I don't know how long he would be okay with it, but that's probably for the next season. All right, quick one. I'll give this to Praveen. Praveen, thoughts on Leno? He's definitely leaving this summer. But again, model professional. Yesterday was a top performance, apart from a couple of crosses, which he was not sure of. Uh, Plus the
I think
camaraderie
he
you
had
saw
a
that players really, really like him.
yes, he had a really good game in terms of saves and in terms of his positioning. In terms of his passing, I think that is where Arsenal Arteta went for a better option where Ramsdale came in because of his passing and his vision. We clearly saw the difference and we felt it. We felt Ramsdale would have been better off yesterday, but still, Leno had a very good game in terms of his save and in terms of coming and gathering the ball. There were a couple of instances where he was trying to command the box. That is more important, and he has the confidence of all the players. So that belief is there. So you see what Arteta is trying to do. He's trying to give belief and he's trying to get the best out of each and every player. And I'm really happy for Leno, and I would be happier if we get a good 15-20 million at the end of this summer. But let's see. Given
I think
Arsenal,
we should be able to get 15, 20. I think he may go back to the German league.
I would
Could
like to
be a
add
part of a player deal.
Praveen.
Yep, yeah,
sorry.
Nishant.
I would like to add to Praveen's point about Leno. I mean, see, Leno has been tremendous for us, during the initial stages. And, last year, or you can say, 18 months, since 18 months, his performance has been up and down. And Ramsdale has been doing really good. But then we need to accept the fact that the two center back pairs ahead of Ramsdale, they are kind of settled. And that's what giving Ramsdale a lot of confidence as well. In terms of Leno, we didn't had that. Leno had to cover up for these center backs as well. And there were so many matches where Leno has saved us. He has done tremendous saves as well. So to give the entire credit to Ramsdale, I feel a lot of the center backs pairing has worked in favor of Ramsdale. That is what I feel. And in regards to Leno, he was a bit unlucky in that because we were still trying to find out who's the best center back for us. We were in the market, in and out, and then Gabriel came, and then we got Ben White this season, and finally they have linked up well. So this is my personal opinion. This is what I have seen. I have feel.
No, I agree with you,
No,
Nishan.
I
But
think I
if
agree
you
too.
see, there were a couple of instances, even yesterday's game, where we were not comfortable passing it back to Leno. And if it was Ramsdale, I'm sure there were more than a couple of instances where we would have passed him and we would have waited for the pass. We would have received the pass, but it didn't happen with Leno. That is what, see, in Arteta's play, it is more of a, it involves every player, even the keeper, to pass from the back. So that
Absolutely.
is absolutely missing with Leno. You can
I think
easily see that
I
that
think also
play
the
was missing.
sorry, Praveen. Sorry to butt in. So I think the
Yeah, no
reason
problem.
also
I
probably
think
can be the fact that it's a matter of familiarity also, right? Ben White, Gabriel, and Ramsdale has been a common fixture throughout, right? And the sort of familiarity, it becomes very automatic, right? But with Leno coming in, you will not see that same kind of what I would call automation, right, with him around. So I
no,
think,
I
but
think
having said that, he
Leno
still
has
did pretty
been
well.
there with us more than Ramsdale. So yeah,
No,
maybe
no,
it is
I'm talking
the
about a
more game
pairing.
time.
No, I'm
Game
talking about a
time, yes,
pairing.
I'm back.
No, I get it that he has been with Arsenal for a longer time than Ramsdale. But if I talk about the centre back pairing and the goalkeeper, that is probably much more connected right now. This is a new one. After Leno left, that has been the constant pairing throughout. That brings in that kind of automation.
I think
I
just to summarize on the Leno bit, I think Nishant and Praveen both make valid points. Nishant is right when he says centre backs in front of him are much more assured, much more settled. But Leno has had his moments where he saved us, especially last season. In terms of Ramsdale fits in, as Praveen says, the scheme of things that Arteta wants: a quick release, a distributor, more a sweeper keeper, the modern keeper. Leno is more old school. He is more assured in terms of what he wants to. He's a great shot stopper. And I think we've been having that kind of a goalkeeper from a long, long time. Ramsdale brings in a little bit of more exuberance. And I think right now the senses, the centre backs and the defense seems to be more confident with Ramsdale. But it's a happy confusion to have if you have two very good goalkeepers. All right, quickly on to what we wanted to speak with regards to the run-in, because I understand the time factor. Anyone can pitch in. I said today in one of my comments, I have another place where we keep talking, not the group, another group, where I said we would need anything between 70 to 73 points this season to finish fourth, which makes it like 6 wins and a draw from now on out of 12 games. Remember, we have United, Spurs, West Ham, Chelsea, Palace away. The home games look all right so far, though we still play Brighton, I think. Quick one. All of you, whoever wants to go first can go first.
I think the
70 to
discussion about
73 is a fair number. And do you
Yeah.
think we will get
72,
it?
73 is a no-brainer for Arsenal now. Like the kind of form we are in and the kind of gameplay we have, even the United and Spurs game, I think we should easily be able to draw or win. I am more than confident that we will finish in top four. Now the matter is for us, what kind of players do we attract in the next summer? And one thing which I missed yesterday was our counter-attacking play. Hello.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
That was
okay.
probably
I
because
got a
Martinelli
message.
was not there.
Yeah, maybe it was because Martinelli was not there, and that is where I felt there was an instance when Saka was running with the ball, but he was running out of ideas what he could do. That is something we are missing. We don't have any counter-attacking play, and that is where I think the second and third goal comes into play, and we have been missing that for quite a while.
Right. Tongue in cheek, we also don't have a striker who can score. Anyways, we will
Yeah.
leave that part a little later. Quick one, others, 70 to 73, the magic number for fourth. Let's leave Chelsea aside. I think third is probably stretching it too much. Do you think 70 to 73 before the Chelsea game, the last game, we would be there?
Yeah, I think Vinay, I think the calculation is right. I think and it's gettable also. I mean, 4 wins at home. Given the home form, I think we should be winning those, irrespective of the opposition. Um, Spurs game, yeah. I think we've seen Spurs form against the bigger teams like City. They beaten them away, and will definitely be a tough game. But I think we can sneak a draw, keep the defensive shape right, and ensure the discipline is there. Uh, but I think after the performance I've seen at Wolves away, really tough place to go to. Villa away again with Gerrard. I think it was a great win yesterday. I think after seeing these two games, I think the belief is a lot more that we can go to, let's say West Ham or like we're going to all these places that I think we can definitely get wins or the points that needs for us to get the top.
Yeah.
Jomi, 70
Vinay.
to 73?
Yeah, I think that works.
Doable.
All right.
I mean, I'm not too worried about the points. I'm very confident we're reaching top four. Like, but unfortunately, I not too happy about all of this happening. We're supposed to be in the top four. Because we compare to what has happened in the last few years, yeah, obviously it's a great achievement getting into the top four. We definitely need to move on from there. It's doable. I don't think.
John, we
I
lost you, or is it others?
Sorry, Praveen.
I think we lost you in between. Am I the only one, or is
Yeah.
it the same with others?
No, no, Jomi, we lost you in between. You're saying that it's doable.
Oh, I'm sorry. So yeah, all I'm saying is, it's doable. We've got a straightforward run of games. No other tournaments. Anyways, end of the season, we do have a couple of games that's back to back. But other than that, and those probably are the ones we might find it tough anyway. So other than that, the others are all winnable. Um, it's very much doable. Very much doable.
All right. Anybody else? Devashish, Nishant, 70 to 73 before the Chelsea game, not wanting to keep
I
must-win
mean,
game at Stamford Bridge.
it is doable. I mean, it is doable. But looking at the history of Arsenal and opportunities doesn't go in hand in hand. I mean, this we have seen from almost a decade, and we need to realize that this is relatively very young team. I mean, youngest starting 11 in the Premier League. And does we have the maturity and resilience, with this team, to handle the pressure of being in top four? We are already there at the box seat. We just need to sustain it. Now, do we have the maturity to do it? Does this team have the maturity to do it? I don't know. Time will tell. But it comes down to, can we perform under the pressure? Can these young lads perform under pressure? I mean, it depends on. I think the games depends on the small teams. I mean, I am not at all worried about the Chelsea and the Tottenham game. Let's take an example. We lose them, but games like Crystal Palace, they have been grinding good results off late. Drawing, against, the champions. Games against teams like Brighton. I mean, West Ham away. I mean, these are very tricky games, and it's very easy for us to drop points over there. So these are the important games we need to win, and I feel we should win. And then this Chelsea and Tottenham game will not be valid anymore for us. So I think the small games have always been tricky for us, over the years.
Hey, Vinay, just to add, right? There's one thing I wanted to say. So it's all in our hands, like everybody says. Um, get that 70 plus and be happy about it as fast as possible, because we do not want to be in a situation where we're probably playing Everton the last game and Everton's fighting for their life, right?
Absolutely.
They're fighting for their life and we need a top four. That's not going to work. That game is not going to happen. It shouldn't happen. It shouldn't be a situation we should even think about. So win all those comfortable games, the big ones. Obviously it is going to be hard fought, but it's still doable. The big ones are already out, the City and the Liverpool one. So the smaller ones are the ones that's coming forward. So it should be doable.
Right. Just a quick mention on the run-in, and anyone can answer this. United home, we are playing them home. Anyone sees as dropping points there against United?
No, I don't think so. We are not dropping against United this time at least.
Okay. Um, Chelsea away, Stamford Bridge. All of us, I think, agree that it may be too tough a game to win unless Chelsea have nothing to play for.
No, it's going to be too tough against Chelsea at Stamford Bridge. I have almost forgotten when was the last time we won at Stamford Bridge. I'm absolutely.
Van Persie hat trick, no?
That was Van Persie
Yeah,
hat-trick
the
2011.
5-2.
That was 10 years back.
Yeah,
Not
the
even 10
5-2.
years. That was 2011. That's
Yeah,
close to
11.
11 years now.
So I think we did win against Stamford Bridge 2 years back, right?
Was it?
But given Chelsea's
One nil-
involvement
it was a
in
1-0 game.
Champions League and
Yeah, FA Cup.
rotation of players, there is a chance.
All right, Chelsea, we will keep it aside. Spurs, probably, I still believe that it's going to be between us and Spurs for the fourth place. It's an away game at White Hart Lane. Draw or that
It
late,
all depends on,
you know who scores against us.
other results. If you see Spurs play West Ham today, I am sure Spurs is going to drop points today. So that will help us in the run-in a lot.
Yeah, we are all West Ham fans today for sure. Right, but Spurs away, do you think we will get a draw or it's that Hurricane late score game?
We can. Spurs away.
We're not
can.
losing that. I'm sure about that. I don't know if we win, it's a bonus. A draw is what I'm looking at. A 2-all draw, maybe.
All right, anyone who offers anything aside from a draw? Win, I think it'll be a fantastic result. It's a derby after all, but guys, anyone who thinks that we can get a draw at Spurs? Or a
Yeah,
loss?
I feel it is a win.
I think it will be a draw for me.
Yeah,
It is
go
a
for it.
win for sure.
We can even win it. We can even win it at Spurs. They are very volatile this season. There's no consistency as of now. I mean, one game they are doing it. The very next game they are falling like a pack of cards. So yes, I mean, if we are able to manage Kane and Son, we are winning it there. I mean, Chelsea, no, I'm absolutely no way we are winning over there. Absolutely no chance. But Spurs, we have a solid chance.
Right. Let's keep the Chelsea game aside. So we are all agreeing that United win, Spurs draw, Chelsea loss. Quick one on West Ham away. Again, same thing like Nishant said. You never know which West Ham turns up. West Ham away, always a tough game. Anyone seeing us getting 3 points there?
Yeah, I think we can get 3 points there for sure. I mean, it depends. I want to look at the set of games that West Ham have. I think towards the end of the season, everybody is playing their heart out. They want to get the points. There's teams at the bottom who wants to win, and we've seen a lot of teams turn up, go on a great run, and like I think Aston Villa did that the season before when they beat us. So I'd like to see what West Ham would go through before they face us, and maybe if there's a form dip, I think we'll have more chances of beating them. And irrespective, it's a tough game, but I think that we can beat them for sure.
Yeah, it will
No,
be a
I
tough
think
game.
I remember.
just to add, before you guys pitch in, just to add, I don't know if West Ham have anything to play for. Europa looks like they're getting it, so they may not have much to play for. That was one point I had. All right, go on, guys. West Ham.
But then they had
Yeah,
they
I
have
just
a
want to
very
highlight one thing. Last time against West Ham, right? You remember the 3-3 draw that we had? And Arsenal are all over the place in the first 30-40 minutes, and then we did a really good comeback. Should have almost won it in the end. I think Pepe missed a good chance. So I think it all depends, right? And with the current confidence that Arsenal is playing, we should be winning the West Ham game. Yeah, I know it's away game, but I'm fairly confident on that one, at least. But for the rest of predictions, you guys are all. I mean, I'm agreeing with you all. Chelsea looks tough. We should get a draw against Spurs. Yeah.
I think
Praveen,
one more
Deepak,
thing we
West
missed
Ham.
out is we have 5 wins in last 5 away games. So we should continue this run. And
Yeah, and
I
something you're saying.
We
something.
got Palace next week. Next week. That will not be easy.
Yeah, I mean, I think something that's been really consistent about the away games, right? I think that all of us have noticed that the quick start that we have, like how many games? I think all the away games recently, we've seen that in minute 3, minute 4, minute 2, we're right there, like about to score a goal, right? And I think Smith Rowe would have probably finished that shot that would have gone in for 2 minutes, would have been 1-up. I think the first half, we've really gone at all the away teams that we played. I think in the 5 wins that we've had, there's clearly some really good tactics out there, right? But I think if we just continue that, we would definitely break all these teams that you're playing, irrespective. I mean, apart from Chelsea, that is. We can, I think, take on Tottenham as well if we just keep that consistent.
I agree with Hari. The way we have approached these games in the initial 15-20 minutes is just brilliant. The passing, the creativity, it is on another level. I don't see that happening for the full 90 minutes this season at least.
Could be a factor, and I think that's rightly said by both of you that it's a tactical thing, a quick start. And I think it's fairly obvious that even yesterday, I think the first couple of minutes, Villa players didn't even touch the ball. We don't lose possession. There seems to be an assurance about the way we play, especially center of the park. All right, last couple of questions before we wrap this up for you guys today. I know we've got everyone wanting to have their says on this. Let's say this was something we talked about in the podcast last time. You guys need to listen, whoever is listening to it, about Mikel Arteta and his support staff. Quick one, his contract's coming up for renewal. Anyone out here, if let's say we don't finish fourth, let's say it's a collapse, God forbid, but if it is, we finish fifth, worst case. Anyone still feels that he doesn't deserve a contract if he finishes fifth?
No, I don't think.
Fifth is a failure.
No, absolutely. When the season started, no one had the belief that we will be in top 4 or top 5 or let's say top 6. So getting into top four or even top five is a bonus for us. I mean, you might disagree with me that, we are Arsenal and, we need to be in top four. We need to be challenging for, elite club competitions and all. But then we need to accept, our fate as of now, that where we are standing as of now. But at the start of the season, the kind of start we had, and now where we are, as few of the articles and few of the pundits on Sky Sports and other channels said that we are ahead of our schedule as of now, maybe 3 months, 4 months, or maybe a year ahead of our schedule. So if we are into top four, brilliant. We will be able to attract good strikers, good players. Top five finish, I'll take it. Finish in Europa, I'll take it. It's still good for us. I mean, it's still good for me. Getting into Europa and then capitalizing, on it. But as of now, we are in the box seat, so top four is a must.
So
But I
Nishant,
don't see it as
Arteta
an achievement.
gets a contract extension, you're saying yes for it?
Absolutely. He has a project. He has a philosophy. Everyone knows what the kind of identity he wants, to be associated. He wants Arsenal to be associated with. So he has a project. He has a plan. He has a way of playing. And I see him as a junior Pep, Pep Guardiola, to be very honest. Although he has done a kind of a diploma course under under Guardiola, 1.5 years, but that is still proving to be very good for us. So I don't think so. I mean, there's another good candidate out there for us. I mean, Arteta is the guy for us as of now.
Right.
I think
But
I agree
talking
with
of
Nishant.
Pep, just a quick one on that. Talking of Pep, may not want the City fans or City hierarchy to hear this, because he may leave if they win the Champions League, and they may look very closely at Arteta. That's what the rumor mills say. Yeah, go on, others. Anyone feeling Arteta doesn't deserve a contract extension if wherever we finish, fourth, fifth, sixth?
What
Irrespective of where we finish, I think Arteta deserves to stay, because he has made us believe again, with the kind of football we have been playing in the last 10-15 games. I think this run in has been just brilliant, and it is more about the gameplay, the style, the approach, and the defensive strength. I think all of this is coming together, and it is a project which I believe he needs to be given at least 3-4 years time, just like how Liverpool gave time to Klopp.
so Vinay,
If we give him time, I think we will get rewards for our patience.
so
Yes,
so
go on.
yeah, no, I was just going to say, Vinay, what if his project was just to get us to the top four? So what if we get the top four, then he doesn't stay with us? We don't get the top four, probably he stays with us. So that's the other thought process. Always don't forget, Zinedine Zidane got a lot of trophies for Real Madrid, and he ended up being a loser at that club. The way how it was going, so there is no sense to how a club will end up being with a good coach or a bad coach. It's the way how the morale, the tactics, and everything is done on a daily basis. It's a daily thing. It's not going to come out overnight. It's going to be a daily process. So Arteta is doing right now. What if that Josh just goes away after getting the top four? What if he doesn't want to stay with us after getting the top four? So I don't think Arteta is a very key concern. If he is not there, we should definitely get someone else. But I think the most important thing is the club needs to hold on to a lot of our players and sign up a lot of our new good players.
Right, that's a good point. What if
No,
Arteta
and
does not want to stay? That's always. What if there is an invite which is too tough to resist? A PSG, maybe that's also a project. Real
no,
may
I
not
think
continue with Ancelotti too long.
yeah, Vinay, like you were saying, no, I think this what ifs are always there, right? In modern football, at least it's very hard to imagine somebody doing Ferguson or a Wenger again, right, in one club for so many years. But something that we'll have to look back to what Wenger did, right, when he was building this project, let's say after when Emirates was being built, many players were being sold, and then he changed the whole dynamic, with these young guns that he built. And through that time, I think now he's come out and said this in the press, that the amount of offers that he got, you name a club, everybody were there out there to get him, but he stayed because this was his project, right? It wasn't just a job that he will take off and probably put in his resume or something. It's his heart and it's his soul, and he put that for that team. And I think that's exactly where Arteta is with us right now. The culture that he's injected into the club. You look at the fans, you look at the media, everybody is in sync. And you forget about all of these things, right? You look at the players, the squad that he's built. Today, there's a goalkeeper, there's a defender, there's two attacking players in the England squad. And how old are they? And for a manager to do that, build, a squad of young guns who are only going to get better. I mean, I think about it every single day and it makes me happy. All these young guys are going to get better and better. And this is not a project. I mean, Jomi, like I said, there's always a what if in modern football, but it's not something that there's a certain objective like FIFA where you accomplish that and then you're asked to leave or you want to go elsewhere. I think this is a project that he will, I might go overboard here, but I think he's going to stay here for a really long time. Even after he wins all the trophies that is there to win.
All
I
right,
will agree
I
with
think
Hari
that
here.
should sum it up. Go on, Hari.
Yeah, I will agree with Hari here because I think Arsenal is also backing Arteta completely. Like there were rumors after the end of last season and in between about Arteta out and everything, but Arsenal came out and told he's here to stay, and that is what I believe. And Arteta will stay. He might be the next winger we were looking for. It can be he's there to stay for a long time. There's no doubt about what if he's going to leave or what if top four is accomplished and he is asked to leave. I think that is never a question.
Right. Just to
Last
summarize,
one.
then I think we all wanted to.
Yeah, last
Um,
one. Our board needs to understand. There are not many young managers out there who are doing really well. Like for example, you take Ole Solskjaer. He failed. Look at Steven Gerrard. I mean, yeah, he was good at Rangers, but I'm not sure how well he will do at Villa. And then you look at Lampard, failed at Chelsea. So there are not many good managers, young managers who are doing really well, like what Arteta is doing as of now. So I'm sure if we are not, maybe we'll not try to hold a player, maybe a star player, but we should definitely try to hold Arteta, for a longer period of time, just for this project, what he has.
right. Unanimously, I think we all agree that Mikel has something that's going right there at the Emirates, and I think we all need to back him up, like him or not. There seems to be definite progress compared to last season. And whatever his decisions he has taken, right or wrong, time will judge him. But right now, it seems to be that everyone is playing for each other. That's it as of now. We do hope that all of you guys and much more will join us very soon. We got the international break. We are the Hammers fans today, and I don't know, maybe tongue-in-cheek Real Madrid fans tonight. But that's different for Arsenal. A week break, which is welcome, especially for the likes of Saka and the midfield guys who were literally taking a toll of playing on and off. So we will catch up in about a couple of weeks later when we go away to Palace, which will be a tough one. Till then, thank you so much, each and everyone, for joining in. And here is to much more that's going to come up. Thank you so much.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, guys. Thank you, Jomi and Vinay.
Thanks,
Thank you.
guys.